Hello friends, welcome to Padai On. This for the class 8 chapter 13 sound. So पहले ये जानते हैं sound क्या होता है, right? So sound is the energy, right? And because of the sound we are able to hear each other, right? And different type of sounds are there around us always, right? So basically in this chapter we are going to learn about the sound. Now first of all, how the sound is produced, right? So sound is produced by vibrating a body. Vibrating body means that if one object strikes on the another one, right, then the other object will strike, and by striking it produces the sound, which is obviously a vibrations, right? So in 13.1 and 13.2 it shows that a boy is one hitting on the cooker making a sound, as well as the river string attached plucked and then produce the sound through the vibration. What is a vibration? Okay, the vibration is the to and from movement that we have studied in the last year classes. Now, so does the vibration of object produce the sound? In all the cases, right? So different type of vibrations on a different objects there. For example, different material vibrates and produce a sound. So veena, when it played, then you need to stretch the string and to produce a sound, and whereas in tabla you have to hit on the stretched membrane, then it do vibrate and produce the sound. So here are the different musical instrument shows that how they produce the sound. So if you understand now, by the time, right, sound is produced by the vibrations. Now how do we produce the sound then? Okay, so we have the system is called in our throat is known as the voice box or a larynx, right? Now in this there are two things that help us to produce the sound. One is a windpipe, another one is a vocal cord. So basically windpipe produce through the voice air out, right, and that vibrates the vocal cord, which help us to produce the sound, right? So that's how the human body is producing the sound, right? Now just try one of these things. If you inhale you cannot speak, so when you exhale, then and then only you can speak. Okay, so that's how the human produces sounds. Now let's understand the next chapter. Next topic is called sound needs a medium for propagations. Does sound need a medium? Yes. What are the natural mediums around us? Air, solid, liquid are these three natural mediums around us to propagate the sound. Propagate means to travel from one place to another place, right? So here we see how do we produce the sound by using our vocal cord, right? And to check whether it requires a medium, then what we can do is that we can place our mobile phone in the jar and tightly packed it and try to ring it and try to see whether we are able to hear the sound or not. So if it doesn't have any medium between us and the sound producing object, we are not able to hear that sound. Okay, next topic is about the loudness of the sound, right? So we hear the sound through our ears, right? So how do we hear the sound is obviously we got an ear, right? Ear can be divided into three parts: outer ear, middle ear and inner ear. So here in that middle ear at very end the canal there is an eardrums. Here is given in the picture, right? So this eardrum receives the all vibrations, and then the vibrations are transferred to the bones back inside, and this bone are this small round shape in rear it has, give it to that, and then it converted into signals which goes to the brain and brain interpret the message. So that's how we hear the sound. So it's very much clear. Now the next topic is amplitude, time period and frequency of vibrations. So this is very important, right? Oscillation, motion. So you already studied about the different types of emotions. Three different types of the motions are like linear, circular and oscillatory. Oscillatory motion is to and fro movement, right? It's known as the oscillatory movement. Now oscillation frequency has a very much frequency of oscillations, right? were known as the hertz, right? So one oscillation per 1 second is known as a 1 hertz. Similarly, if you do 20 oscillation in a 1 second, you know as this known as the 20 hertz, right? So if you clear about the frequency and hertz, now let's go for the amplitude. Amplitude and frequency are the two important properties of the sound, and it differentiate sounds on the basis of their amplitude and frequency. Now the loudness of the sound depend on its amplitude. So the higher the amplitude or the vibration is very large, then the sound produces loud, and if the amplitude is small, then the sound produces a feeble. So you need to understand these things. Then about the frequency determines the shrillness and pitch. So if the frequency is high, the sound is pitch sound, higher pitch sound, and if the frequency is low, then it's a sound is shrill sound. So the two example, person playing the drum, it's a low pitch, and high frequency, so it's a high pitch sound, right? Let's understand another important topic is audible and inaudible sound range, right? So when a human ear is has to hear something, right, it must be between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, right? Below 20 hertz we are not able to hear. Similarly, above 20,000 hertz we are not able to hear. So it means 20 vibrations per second. If it is less than that, we are not able to hear, right? And if the sound is produced 20,000 vibration per second, we are still not able to hear. So our audible range is between 20 to 20,000, right? Now noise and music. So whatever the pleasant sound, right, which we like to listen, is called a musical sound or enjoy the sound. So that's the music, right? We love to hear it. Unpleasant sound means that unwanted sound that produced by the object around us is called a noise, right? So here the noise and the music is clear. Now what is a noise pollution, right? So just like in the air, unwanted particles in the air is known as the air pollution. Similarly, the unwanted noise that around us is called the noise pollutions. What are the sources of the noise pollutions? Machineries, loudspeakers, television, transistor at a high volume, they are all known as the noise pollutions, right? Now what we can do, or why we need to worry about the noise pollutions? We need to worry about it because it has a harmful effect on the human being, right? One such as the anxiety, lack of sleep, hypertension. These are the all thing that occurs because of the noise pollutions. How we can reduce it? By measuring or putting a limit on it, right? We can put a silencer on a search transport vehicles or industrial machines so that it reduces the sound. Sound producing factories should be kept outside of the city or away from the residential area. We can reduce the effect of noise pollutions on a human, right? So that's the end of the chapter. I hope you enjoy the summary of this chapter, and if you like it, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment on this. Thank you very much.